Yes. hmm I just wanted to mention treason. Yeah. hmm the penalty. Yeah. And then the misprison of treason. You know what? I have been misspelling misprision. Yes. In fact, I've been mispronouncing it. Yeah. It's not misprison. No, it's misprision of treason. Every time the spell check in those emails told me I was misspelling the word, yes, I was wrong and they were right. Now let's say, yes, treason against the people of the state. Yeah. Consists in levying war against the people of the state, adhering to its enemies, or giving them aid and comfort. Now, treason is a Class A felony and punishable by death. Yeah. Now, I know the state of Washington is pretty much outlawed, and meaning made it impossible to put persons to death. Yes. But the federal government, the Department of Justice, has made it available that you can be put to death. Yes. For the federal crime of treason. Now, for all those federal employees that have an obligation to disclose, yes, evidence of treason, how would you like to be put to death today? See, I'm that kind of citizen that when you're convicted of treason or misprision, yeah, of treason, I think it's better that you right now. Listen, Secretary of Department of Defense. You make anything that looks like a citizen of this nation, yes, so you can have your intergalactic warfare, yes, because you thought it was safer for citizens to just be on whatever's manufactured, yeah. That is actually levying war against the people of the United States of America. Now you can tell, yes, all those military contractors, right? Raytheon. Now somebody recently merged themselves with the knowledge that you were going to approve $320 billion. Any merger of any corporation that had some sort of inside knowledge, yes, of what Congress was going to approve. That would kind of be insider trading. Now, why don't we look at the actual military contracts and how that money's going to be spent? Yes. Starting this new branch of the federal government known as Space Command. Yeah. And then what volunteers are going to be in that? And then what is going to be the equipping of the new branch of the United States military? You know, if you merged yourselves a few months ago, yeah, thinking that this is the way that we were going to go, and you kind of wanted to take advantage of the appropriations of Congress, yeah, I, as an American citizen, would say that your merger, yes, was somewhat fraudulent, yes, because you only merged yourself because the amount of money that was going to be appropriated. hmm Now, for the, excuse me, the CEOs, yeah, of all those military contracts, yes. When you decide that you're going to retool the United States military after the Iraq conflict, yes, and the Afghanistan, yes, and the various other issues that are going on throughout the world, you are deciding that you're going to sacrifice the population for the good of the military. Now, for those of us on food stamps, I've noticed that there's been a decrease in the amount of government spending on those that are poor. Oh, seems that special interest groups, yes, that want this new branch of the military, they do want the population to starve so that they can support the militarization of the United States of America. See, if you didn't have to go to a food bank, you wouldn't be able to talk to the individuals that had their food stamps cut, that have families, yes, that are dependent upon the state and federal aid that they receive, yeah, to be able to feed themselves. Ooch. Now, let's look at you gave the United States military, yes, the largest pay increase in the last 10 years. Yes. As if 1.5 to 2 times the minimum wage wasn't good enough for those that volunteer to be in the military. Yeah. Well, the way that I see it, yes, you are sacrificing the United States for the militarization of the military of the United States. It sounds really good. It really does. But the actual population, see, I have some concerns. Phew. When you're spending, well, really $10 trillion in the last 15 years, Y2K, global credit crisis. That's right. The war on terror. Yes. And now the need to revamp the United States military. The actual population, though you say that they're doing good, I would say that you're intentionally sacrificing the futures of America's youth to satisfy the greed of those that are your constituency. Now, at a certain point, you're going to bankrupt the population. And those that are not in the military will find themselves in work camps. See, this is a playbook out of Nazi Germany right now. You're either in law enforcement, right? You're in government, or you're in the military. Poop. And if you're not in one of these three right now, you are shit out of luck. Isn't that right? Now, I've heard the dog's way of explaining what we need to do. Misprision of treason. Every person having knowledge of the commission of treason, who conceals the same. Now it says every person, yes, and does not, as soon as may be, disclose such treason to the governor or a justice of the Supreme Court, or a judge of either the Court of Appeals or the Superior Court, yes, shall be guilty of misprision of treason and punishable by a fine of not more than $1,000. Or by imprisonment in a state correctional facility for not more than 5 years, or in a county jail for up to 364 days. Now, I did email, yes, Superior Court Judge Brian Kogenauer, yes, about the use of the forgery of the ex officio Superior Court clerk, right, about the petitioner not being there and not signing the protection order, yes, about my rights not being enforced when you issue the protection order, yes, and about the kidnapping, conspiracy, hate crimes, and false arrests. Pooch. Now, I have done as a person, yes, informed Superior Court Judge Brian Kogenauer, yes, of the commission of treason. Now, you've made war against me, yes, and now you're liable for the refusal. It says every person. It doesn't just say oaths. It doesn't say badges. It doesn't say attorneys. Yes. It doesn't say whistleblowers. It says every person. Now, let's say, yes, Port Angeles Police Department. When you issue court orders that violate the civil rights of the parties named, yes, and you use those court orders to kidnap my sons, yes, every person in the Office of Supervision of Public Instruction can be put in prison. Now, this idea that I emailed the Supreme Court justices of Washington State, yes, well, they thought, yes, you can do what you're doing. Now, I want you to understand something. If I have to put in jail or prison, yes, every employee of every state, yes, to prevent, yes, the collapse of the United States, because the idiots, yes, that think that we're going to spend hundreds of billions of dollars, so you can play your little space games, yes, are then going to rob, as in destroy the lives. You'd be wrong. I would put you in jail or prison. Now, it is actual treason, yes, to not support the state laws and the state constitution, yes, to not support federal laws and the United States Constitution, yes. Now, every person that has the knowledge of the commission of treason, you're making war against the United States. Now, I want the forgery removed today from the court system of this nation. I want the Washington State Supreme Court justices to understand that your knowledge of treason means that you can go to prison. And I don't give a fuck who you think you are. These state and federal laws of the United